We're talking joke writing, bombing on stage, having a last name that's hard to pronounce, and everything in between with Rick Izquieta here on Black Hollywood Live's Breaking Into.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live's Breaking Into.
Hey. That's right, because you're too legit to quit. So am I. That's right, little hammer. Okay, welcome to Breaking Into here on Black Hollywood Live. I am your host, James Lott Jr. You can follow me at Black Hope LA. There's a lot of black going on today. BLAKHOPELA or James Lott Jr. anywhere else. And there's also a Breaking Into page on Facebook. You can follow that too. My guest today is somebody I've met before. We both did a radio show together here in LA, and we'll talk about that a little bit, how we met.
It was funny.
It was fun. I was the CLC, kept saying it all the time, the Certified Life Coach. He's a writer, actor, does voiceover, stand-up comedian. He's worked with Sirius Radio, Funny or Die, Black Belt TV, just to name a few things he's done. He performs all the time. I'm always getting notifications when you're performing somewhere, either mostly as a headliner these days, I believe.
Yes, I'm been doing that for the past 3 years. It's getting a little bit more consistency. When I say 3 years, I mean 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, I got the first offer. And I only had like 20 minutes of stuff.
Well, still, man, see, he's coming up, you guys. Rick Izquieta, how are you?
Cool, man. Thank you for having me.
Welcome,
this place is awesome.
Thank you. So we had met on Generation U Radio.
Yes.
As my viewers know, we had Scotty Trippin, who is the person who produces that and created that, on the show a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And that's how we both were guests.
Yes, we were.
We sat next to each other.
Absolutely. There were more people than there are on this show times 10. And so there was like 20 people in this radio show. By the way, it wasn't video.
It was radio. But they film it too.
Yeah, and so there was like a big room of people, and they had a radio show, and you were sitting behind me.
Oh yeah, first yes.
And we were sharing microphones.
Yes, it's like pass it over.
Yeah, I had a microphone, and then Pastor got to share the mics, and then like it felt like a town meeting, like Donahue or something, right? and then so we all sat there, and I'm a comedian,
yes.
so I chimed in every once in a while, right?
Yes.
And then one of the guys came up to me and said, "Hey, it's like Double Dutch." He says, "You just jump in when it's your turn." And I said, "Okay, that means shut up."
Because as we saw, there's a method to the madness that goes on there.
Yeah.
And he and I have talked about it. It's amazing, actually. Because it's this small room with like 800 people in it, and he invites like 30 guests. I mean, but he wants to give us each our due. He really does.
Sure. But what I see, I think out of the box sometimes, is what I see there, I have 10 shows.
Okay, yes.
I have 10 quality shows that I'm getting like this right here.
Yeah.
Per person, because I had a podcast and I had say 3 or 4 people, and then it was too much. It was like, all right, everybody get out of here. Everybody get out of here. And so that's what it felt like. So that day, after he told me that, I was quiet the rest of the time.
But you were good, because he did put the mic to you, and you were able to talk.
Asked me questions.
They asked you questions. And the funny thing I was saying before the show, or what you would call me the CLC, because I was a certified life coach, and we were talking about, I have a scene of that, of you and the other comedian, which I'm blinking out his name, I hate that I'm blinking out his name right now, who was sitting next to you. He is funny also.
His name is Isaac.
Isaac. That's right.
He's from San Diego.
Yeah, he's great.
Isaac from San Diego.
He was great too.
Yeah.
And so you guys were all calling me the CLC, and it was kind of made me laugh.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You're the super organizer.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
That's awesome. Yeah, I keep telling family that I need to introduce you to them.
It's always true. Everybody always needs me. That's why I'm busy. Everybody always needs me.
I think next Christmas, I'm going to think of you as a Christmas gift.
Give you, I actually have certificates.
Yeah?
I will give you gift certificates.
Okay.
And you can pass them out.
Okay.
You can mess it up. I'll give you a discount too.
I got clients.
Yeah,
that's the yin-yang.
The friend discount. Okay, so what I want to ask you is, to start it off, is when did you realize that you were funny?
When did I realize that I was
like? How old were you,
funny?
or was there an incident that happened?
Man, I think that has to go back to 5th grade.
Oh, 5th grade. Okay.
I got in trouble for it, so I was called a class clown.
Oh, so you were a class clown.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, I had a girl call me one time from elementary school in my later years, and she reminded me that I was funny, and she reminded me that that I used to tell jokes in the at lunchtime.
Oh, how funny!
You know, to the other kids that my older brother used to tell me at night, late at night. You know, in the dinner table.
Yeah.
While he was eating, you know, because he would get home at 2 a.m. after a nightclub or something, right?
Oh, okay, so that much older.
So,
okay,
and I was 10 years old, so I was
Okay.
in my pajamas. So my legs were swinging on the table, and he's
funny.
telling me booty jokes, you know,
funny.
nasty jokes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I would go to school and tell him I didn't know what they meant. You know, but I'm like telling these jokes at a table, everybody with their milk carton, and it's, oh, you know, and she reminded me this later in my lifetime, and weird thing is that I tried comedy my younger years in my 20s.
Okay.
One time, and I bombed, and I didn't like that, and I respected the craft so much that I worked for years writing, studying the craft, watching comedians, seeing what they did right, seeing what they did wrong.
Okay.
I took speech classes.
Oh, wow,
I was
okay.
in real estate, so I spoke in front of hundreds of people at times,
Oh,
giving
yeah,
classrooms or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I would try something here and there. I started emceeing weddings, so you know, kind of get used to it. And
Yeah.
then the time came, and I said, "Got to start this now."
Okay. Well, let's dissect that for a second. So this is breaking into, of course. So from the time you were telling jokes in 5th grade to the time, what was the time period you realized you could make a career out of it? When you went to start and do that one time stand up? Like, how many years passed?
Well, that's interesting because again, I did that one time when I was in my 20s, and then I spent years writing and writing and writing. Was in real estate. The market crashed.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the real estate didn't mean nothing to me after that, and then I got a job at FedEx.
Oh.
Okay, so I got a part-time job at FedEx,
Okay.
which was a nightmare.
Oh.
An absolute nightmare because I was buried in boxes up to here.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the Lucy, the chocolate thing.
Yeah.
The Lucy thing that they put in their
Box
mouth.
after box.
Boxes and tires
my God.
and things. And so it would go crazy. We would get buried, and then we would finish the night. Everybody walk out of work like this. Everybody
Yes.
walk in and work like that. It's just it was the Walking Dead. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
And so when I was there, I was so tired, so upset. And I would get this small check every
my
week.
God.
Every week I'd get this small check.
I know those.
And then I'd go, man, I can get paid, you know, to tell jokes.
Right.
That thing that's always been in the back of my mind, because I call it being a closet comic. You know, I was a closet comic for years. I didn't tell anybody.
Wow.
But I have the paperwork to show that I was writing OJ jokes in the 90s.
Oh my God! Wow.
I was writing Michael Jackson jokes.
But you weren't performing them.
I wasn't. No.
Interesting. Okay.
I wasn't. But I would write, and I would dissect them, and I would watch, and I would come back to it. Kind of like the routine is now. I perform, I record, I go back, I watch, I write, I take notes. I say, what do I need to structure? What do I need to change? And what from that recording came from the show that was so witty and so good I can use again. You know?
Yes. Now, bombing that first time, and I'm sure you probably have bombed since then. What was the difference that made you decide I'm going to stay in it though? The second time you decided, what was the difference?
That's a good question.
Because you know,
because you're good at this. You've been organizing these jokes. You're super organizer. I love it. Okay, so I bombed the first time at the J Spot in Inglewood.
Oh yeah, I know J Spot.
All
Yes.
black people.
Yes,
Yeah.
I live right around there. So yes.
But my first time there, I did good.
Oh.
And then the second time I walked in, the owner goes, "You're going to go up." And I go, "Cool."
Yeah.
He remembered me. And
Yeah.
then that second time, nobody wanted any piece of me.
Oh my God.
And it was just.
What do you think happened?
They turned off the mic.
Ooh, dang.
On the booth. And then so I grabbed another mic. I said, "I'm not done with the joke. I'm gonna finish the joke, right?" And then so I grabbed another mic on the stage. And then I'm finishing the joke, and people just were not into me anymore. There's a point where you lose.
They're done.
And so I'm finishing the joke, and then they turn off that mic. They turn on the music. They slowly.
Okay, they
slowly.
Oscared
Not
you out,
all the
didn't
way.
they?
It wasn't that brutal, but slowly start turning on the music. And then the host did one of these.
Take the hint. You're done.
I walked straight to my. I had a hat on. I walked straight to my car. I really took I pushed that bill of the hat down my eyelids, man. And I walked straight to my car, like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I thought I was hot. I thought I was on fire. I thought I was the new star.
Yes, right.
You know, I went home and I was very upset. One thing it made me do is write more. It made me write more. I don't recall the second time because it happened a lot after that for some reason.
Okay.
You know, I don't recall the second time, but what I did start to recall is I got to keep track of that. And I got to keep track that I don't do that often.
Okay.
You know, and how am I going to do that? And so then began the studying of comedy, stand-up live comedy in general, where I would study the audience. And I would watch the audience on how they react. And I would go to San Francisco, and I would go to Arizona, and I would go to Colorado, I would go to Utah, I'd go to different states, Texas, and I'd see different reactions.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I'm sure.
And here in Hollywood is another, you know, what you get in East LA, you don't get in Beverly Hills, you don't get in Alhambra, you know. That's true. So I would take the challenges as they came. All black audience, old audience, young audience, everything. So I took the challenge as they came, and I learned from everything.
So you're like, you know your audience. Like almost like when you speak, you need to know your audience. When you work for a company, know the company, know your audience. Yeah. So then when you've bombed later, once you went back, and what's the difference? What keeps you going then? Just that you just know it was a bad set. Maybe there's some jokes that just didn't work, and you're much more confident about it now than just saying, that's it, I'm done. The hat goes down. Maybe
because the trigger didn't work when I put it to my head. I don't know. Maybe that kept me. Or when I jumped off the bridge, I landed on a bed or something.
Yeah, it didn't work on feathers.
No, that's always the look of comedy. Like,
yes. I'm sure. I admire stand-up comedians. I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, it's.
I think what it was, what motivated me the most is how things started to work differently. How the whole. You know, I had mentors, and they would show me things. I'd watch them, and I would soak up things really quick. And I was still reading and watching on TV, and also watching live. So many different comedians, you know. And another thing, I would go to comedy clubs even when I wasn't booked.
That's smart.
You know, even when I wasn't booked, and I hung out and I met other people, and it was just. It was 24/7 from day one. Okay. So which was about 6.5 years ago, almost 7 years.
So it's. Do you feel like it because it's always been with you? Do you feel like it came back and called you to it because you were in real estate and all that sort of stuff? That it basically was like. Yeah. Hi, we're here. We're comedy. Yeah. You know, come on in.
Remember us?
Remember us? You loved us. You
loved us. Right. This is what you always wanted. You never wanted to wear that suit and tie. Right. You always hated that suit and tie. Right. You never wanted to be like. I respect real estate. I'm glad I did it because I know the game, and I was in the tough part, the financing. Ooh. You know, the difference between a real estate agent and a loan agent is a brain. Okay. and you know, a lot of real estate agents watching out there just went. Ooh,
yeah, of course. I'm sure.
But really, what does it take to sell a house and then fill out some documents? Right. That's what it is. Right. Okay. So those guys wearing the tie and acting like they're big real estate.
Oh, and they're big right. It's big right now.
Relax. Yes. Okay. Relax. You're not the numbers guy. The numbers guy was the guy getting the financing. Was the guy calculating? You know, the percentages, the ratios, and everything. So I was that guy. Yeah. Have you seen Big Short yet?
Not yet. I do want to see it.
There's a scene where there's these guys going, yeah, I do no income, no asset loans. Yeah. I was working around those guys, and it was horrible. Yeah. So that whole experience helped me when I started comedy. Helped me as a business. Yeah. You know, leverage my comedy career up a little bit, maybe quicker, because there's other guys that I've seen do it longer and haven't done some of the things that I know they want to do. Yeah. You know, and to each their own. Everybody has their own calendar, their own time. And one of the things I always say about comedy when they say, "Hey, how quick can I get to be a headliner? Hey, how quick can I get to do this? Hey, how quick can I get?" And I said, "Look, man, you could get your degree online right now." Right? You can get anybody can get their degree online right now. Yeah. You go online, you can do it in 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years. Yeah. So how long are you going to do it? How long is it going to take for you to take. You know what? I need to introduce you to the super organizer. He's going to get you in gear.
Yes, to get you in shape.
Yeah,
you're on the right path.
Because it's all about and look at the tools we have today.
Yes, they're all here. They're all here.
You know, and so I'm a very motivated person when it comes to trying to create things and do more and work and stay busy.
Yeah, it's funny because I used to work in insurance education. Boring, and I did that in San Francisco for 7-8 years, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I had to dress up every day, and just it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing all things I like to do. I mean, but
yeah.
it's like it's one of those things where, but I didn't know. I always thought the entertainment business was really hard, and it was almost unattainable for those other people. So I don't know how you felt about this. Like, was it like to make money?
Yeah.
I don't know how it was for you. I mean, did you know? I mean, we always knew we grew up with comedians, so you know they obviously make money. But did you know for yourself that you could possibly be a comedy writer? You could be.
Yeah. One of the things that when I did comedy, I started to do voiceovers as well and write for people and just keep practicing.
Yeah.
Just keep practicing that whole acting. Directing, producing a lot of stuff as well. I'm into I just can't stay idle. I can't stay idle.
The same way.
I had a podcast at one point and I stopped.
Why'd you stop?
Because I felt it was too much on my plate at that time.
That's smart. Okay.
And so I had to bail out. But I'm looking to try and get something going again. We should I think all us entertainers should have some means of connecting with your fans.
Yes.
Like I know, I have some fans and they're probably watching right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, they'll see it at least, because it goes up afterwards. It goes up
afterwards.
forever.
Yeah, they're going to be watching this, and I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. Buy my shirts. Hey, come to my shows.
They come to the shows, right? Fill those houses when you're in there, because we'll talk in the end. We'll talk about where you're performing next and all that and all that. But is there a joke that these days that you're telling that really is killing right now? Is there one that's like really working? All of them are killing.
All of them.
I mean, any of them PG-13 you could tell? Can you tell one on here? Any of them?
Sure. You know what? I did a show in Farmington, New Mexico, and then Montrose, Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Farmington, New Mexico, low income. Montrose, Colorado, high income.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Farmington, burn. Feel the burn. Bernie Sanders, right? Montrose, Trump.
Oh, how funny.
Okay, so I was telling these Trump jokes in Farmington. And I went up to the other comedian and I said, hey, do we have to be clean? Or can we be dirty here? He goes, I don't know. I'm always clean.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And so I said, okay.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah,
so I went to the booker. I said, do I have to be clean? He said, let it go. He said, let it go. I
Yes.
all right, cool. Green light to run the red lights. If you see it, just run.
Just keep going.
And so I go to the other comedian. I said, hey, he said, let it go.
Oh.
So I'm going to, be dirty tonight.
Yes.
But tomorrow's at Trump, and we have to be clean like that. Montrose, Colorado, we have to be clean there, right?
Okay.
He said, yep. I said, watch. I'm going to do the same set tonight and tomorrow. Tonight I'm just dirtying it up.
Oh, how funny.
And tomorrow I'm going to do it a little bit clean. And the other thing I did was the Trump joke in Farmington. I was like, Trump, it was around Trump. Right? And then Montrose, Colorado, yeah, Trump's kind of crazy, huh?
Oh, how funny. You had to okay, got it.
Yeah, Trump's kind of, I didn't want to get,
yeah.
Again, I can stand up there and really put Trump down in front of them.
Yeah.
But if I don't have anything set up after that, I'm a sitting duck, man.
Oh, right.
I'm a sitting duck, so I got to have some good stuff. And I do, but then at the same time, I'm not Bill Burr. I'm not Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I'm not these guys who've been doing it 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm still a 7-year guy that is just learning as I go along, but I'm learning fast.
Yeah. And you're in it.
And I'm in it, and I'm doing it, and I love it, and I'm gaining a lot of respect from my peers. They're cool. The ones that are up front and talk to me. Yeah. Don't do this. What's up, man?
Yeah, okay.
Whatever, dude. So, Hollywood.
Yeah. How do you stay grounded in Hollywood? Because or in LA, this is we're doing this. We're in this industry that's not stable.
Yeah.
that's usually built against you.
Yeah.
You know, we're
I'm
both
Latino.
I would say we're both people of color.
Yeah.
So you know, we're both. You know, so how do you stay grounded?
I grew up here.
Yeah,
I grew up in Mount Washington, Eagle Rock area.
It's changing over there.
Yeah. Gentrification.
Yes, it is. It's changing. It's changing.
All the Latinos with their stores, they're like, hey, why they raise the rent? Why they raise the rent? You know,
exactly.
And meanwhile, they're selling stuff for 50 cents, 90 cents, you know.
Yes, they are.
It's, you got to up your business, you know, a little bit. Come on.
Yes, come on.
You know, everybody else, what is this internet? You know.
Yeah, right.
and they're slowly, unfortunately, getting pushed out. But it's not. I don't think it's cruel. I think it's just everybody. Look at you. It's like if somebody tells you not to grow,
right?
You know, you gotta grow.
You gotta grow. You absolutely gotta grow. Yeah. So you understand the area. You're from LA. You understand it. You get it.
I grew up here. Going to clubs when I was young. You know, from 13.
Oh my wow.
Painting a mustache on my.
I was 15 when I got my first clubs.
Hey,
I had a mustache already.
You remember? We're old enough. You remember Pasadena?
Yes.
A place called Maryland.
Of course. Hello, of course. Everybody went there. Right? That was like, oh my God, everybody went there. Yeah.
I was 16 and over.
Yes, it was.
Right? I was 16 years old and over.
Yeah.
I was 13 years old. My brother painted a mustache on me with his girlfriend's eyeliner. Right? He painted like a little mustache on me, or the little hairs that I had.
Yeah.
He made them darker or something.
That's
right?
so funny.
And then he gave me a cigarette. He gave me a cigarette, and so I had a cigarette. And 13 years old.
Oh my God!
And then he goes, "Oh, my brother forgot his ID," and I'm sitting there.
Yes. That's so funny. 'Cause I had older siblings that they got us into places, and I had a deep voice already.
Oh, cool.
I used to be very
that
embarrassed. I was embarrassed back then, but now I'm like, never can it work for me? But I was like totally embarrassed. But I remember at 15, 16, had a mustache, deep voice, and I would just get into clubs with my siblings, and we'd go. And Florentine Gardens was one, Maryland's was the other. I mean, I was like, we're talking a long time ago.
I like that deep voice at a young age thing.
Yes.
I can see an ad. Did you finish your cereal? Oh, yes, I did. Ooh, ma, say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, I went from...
I said I did.
Yeah, I went from, hi, I'm Jamie, to, hello, I'm James, one summer. It was really weird. And I was embarrassed at first. Like, well, I got deep voice. It's kind of weird.
I finished my Lucky Charms. Can I get some more, Auntie? Ooh! Keep asking, James. Keep asking.
That's a whole nother show. So I remember, Maryland's was the bomb. They played all the music and everything. Everybody in LA went there. Like, everybody went there.
I was 13 years old and standing there, I saw the disco stuff going on, right? You know, it was early, it was 80s.
It was 80s, it was totally 80s. We're aging ourselves in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like the disco stuff going on and guys picking up on girls.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And girls were like,
oh, yes.
And then I was like, wow.
Stonewashed jeans and big hair and, yes, the whole 9 yards.
But then you come into your 20s and your 30s and you go to these clubs, and here in LA I just saw, and when I would go to other cities, I'd go to Miami, New York, Houston, I'd go to Vegas, and women were just different in other cities. And here I just felt they were always, what are you driving? And then
that's true.
And then next thing you know, it comes out in a movie called Swingers.
Oh yeah.
You know, what are you driving? Well, I drive, and then the girl just doesn't pay attention to him, and that became kind of the scene here. But then what started happening as I aged in the city is people from out of town started coming in. Mm-hmm. And then it started becoming a really big melting pot.
Yeah, a lot of transplants.
A lot of people from other cities. Mm-hmm. And you would see their attitude. They'd be like, hey, what's your name? And like, whoa,
I know.
You're not from here. What's your name? I don't know, but you want to have sex? Sure, right. Okay. Where's this one from?
Back then especially, yes. Yes. I don't know anything about that. I'm virginal. But yeah, no, it's funny because I grew up in LA and I'm from it. Then I left and came back. And I was like, okay, LA it's a certain way, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love it because of the mountains, the beach, the desert.
Yeah.
Another country.
Mexico, right, exactly.
Not too far away, but it's beautiful weather too.
So, do you ever do comedy in Spanish?
I did once.
And how'd that go?
15 minutes in Spanish. It went good. I always say Spanish humor is different, though.
Yeah, it is.
They recently started stand-up about, say, 8 years ago.
Oh, funny.
8 years ago, they started doing stand-up.
Wow.
Because before that, it was always like, And then it was like, all right, tune in tomorrow. Same thing over and over. El doctor dijo esto. Ay, Dios mío, los chichis. Tune in tomorrow. And so
yes.
I would start when they told me to do stand up in Spanish, but the Spanish people, they don't get it, man. Oh,
yeah.
I've done it 3 times.
Okay.
I've done it 3 times,
Okay.
but there was one time that I did it that it went really good. The other 2 times was kind of odd, but it was finding the audience and letting them and saying, "Hey, it's okay to laugh at this," because some of them. Okay, I'll tell you. I did it. My first time was on TV. Here in Burbank.
Oh.
Here in Burbank, a TV thing. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I never saw it, and thank God. I don't want to see it.
Okay, go on YouTube. Let's find it.
Yeah. And then there was like a studio audience, okay, on bleachers.
Okay.
You know, and I come up and I tell this joke about my dad. I said, he's turned 76. He wants a gift. I said, what do you want? He said, buy me a tablet so I could chat with my friends. So I say, I buy him a Ouija board. Okay, and so that's the
good.
joke.
I like that, but
yeah.
I like that.
That's the joke, and then people were like, oh, and then it got quiet, and you heard, "Que malo."
Oh yeah, because
like some guy down in the goes, "Que malo," like really loud.
Yeah.
And I said, "Sir," you're like, "Don't do that on TV." Like,
yeah, I know,
I went back to TV. I couldn't do audience. I was like, "Hey, back to TV. What are you doing?" Yeah. And then there was another one I did about my mom. And then just some ladies were, oh, no, I was just setting the joke up.
Oh.
This was just a setup.
She didn't like that part,
I said, this is how I go, my mom wants to get on Facebook. I don't want my mom on Facebook. And then all the women went, ay, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no quiere? Mira, ¿por qué no quiere? Ay, que yo no lo quiero ver. No quiere la madre. Yo no quiero ver. You know, they started getting, all the women started getting caso cerrado on me.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, my gosh.
Anna Maria Polo, love you.
Oh, my gosh. I can't help it, but when that show is on in my house,
it's crazy.
It's just constant.
Yes, and Anna Maria be working it out, and her gavel and everything. She's working it out. I know that show. Mm.
So that was what I was getting my first time, and then the third time I did it at the Ontario Improv went well, and I got some other good jokes from it, and I said, I should do this. I said I should do more of this.
Okay.
But I've been procrastinating.
Yeah.
Again, you can just fill yourself up so much.
You can do so much, yeah.
When I did do it, I felt like I was starting over again a little.
Funny.
You know, because of the fact. Now, I went to school in Mexico, so I went to university for 2 years.
Okay.
So my Spanish is good. Mi redacción está bien. I've done voice overs.
Oh, okay.
You know, I did this. I was a Spanish like voice caller for an MMA fight.
Oh, how funny.
You know, but it wasn't live. They were fights already taped in English, and they wanted to do it in Spanish and sell it to South America. Oh, how funny. That was Black Belt TV.
Okay, but TV attention.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so they would put me in a booth.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I would watch a fight. And está entrando ahorita el de verde y el de rojo. Y le está dando duro. And then I would just get all in. You know?
Oh, I love it.
And they're like, okay, take a break, bro. All right.
That was fun. Wasn't that fun? I'm sure that was fun.
It was fun, but I was getting a little anger.
The testosterone was coming through you.
Yeah, it was really coming through, yeah. It was affecting me.
So who are some of your comedy people you look up to that you looked at and their stand up?
You know, back when I was a kid, it was Richard Pryor.
Oh yes.
You know, I love Richard Pryor. I remember on TV, and we would turn the TV, and I couldn't watch the other movies.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But there was a key, and my dad would leave the key on there.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I'd be like, yeah. And Richard Pryor would come on, and I'd watch that, and he'd be like, after this, after that.
Yeah. But there were messages in a lot of his stuff. That's what's so crazy about him.
So there were great messages.
Oh my God.
And the thing what Richard Pryor did, a lot like Lenny Bruce did as well, is bring the soul out.
Oh my God.
You know, bring the soul out instead of the one-liner. I'm not knocking the one-liner, and I'm not knocking the puppet. I'm not knocking the singer, the guitar. I'm not knocking any of them. It's just my choice of comedy is through emotions that you go through on a daily basis. I kind of like talking about things that make people uncomfortable.
Ooh, okay.
And then find a way to laugh about it.
I like that. And that basically was Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
He was somebody who would talk about some horrible stuff that almost cussed. Stuff that he would do in his life or happen in his life, and you find yourself chuckling about it or laughing. You're like, wow. But it's like when he burned himself up, he has a whole routine he talks about on Sunset Strip, that whole live album. Which is a genius album. That's just like, there's some stuff in there you're like, wow, you are lucky to be alive, first of all. But he's like, he really made it funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He made it such a horrible thing that happened to him, to him personally.
Yeah, him personally.
And finding that. And I just started getting really good at that when I hit the road with one of my mentors, Willie Barcena.
Okay.
Willie Barcena, really, really funny guy. I would sit there and watch him. That guy I'd seen him do 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I seen him do 90 minutes. And, I mean, there was a point where the crowd was like this. Yeah.
Wow.
And he just
he kept going
for a little bit, and I said he's done, and this was like before 60 minutes.
Okay.
I was like, oh, he's done, and then later on the crowd was like, I'm watching the crowd and they're just laughing. This was like minute 80. From minute 70 to 90.
Yeah.
It was just they were rolling, laughing. The same people that were actually saying, "Let's leave."
Wow.
And they just sat, and I told them, it was like Rocky. It was like Rocky. You were up there, and it was 11th, 12th round, and you're like, bah, and you came back, bah. And then like at the end of the night, you and the crowd just went, bah.
Which is amazing. Which is actually that's so brave of him. It's like it's really brave.
Yeah, he's really funny guy. I learned a lot from him on writing, on reviewing. You go into his hotel room and he's got you got the 3x5 cards.
I note cards, everybody. I note cards.
Yeah.
Always do.
And he does too. Before the show, everybody who knows Willie, he shows up and he's in the green room and he has his cards there. And you know why? Because he's always writing new stuff. He's always trying new stuff, and he's always evolving and trying to come up with a new hour every year.
Wow. Now, didn't you also briefly tell you had a stand-up special, didn't you?
I was on Starz TV.
And so what part were you were just one of the featured? Were you one of the features, or was it yours?
I was just one of the comedians on there.
What was it like being on TV? What was it like being on Starz is obviously a cable.
It was a great privilege and honor from Ice House Comedy Club.
Okay, I know Ice House. Yes.
Yeah, they gave me that opportunity, and I was so excited. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
that time. But at the same time, they told me to prepare 10 minutes.
Okay,
and so I got ready with 10 minutes, and I said, okay, I'm going to do these 4 jokes.
Okay.
And in each joke, because I love to challenge myself.
Yeah.
So I say, each joke, I'm going to try something new I've never done.
Okay.
On TV.
Yeah, on TV.
It's like, whoa. and then all of a sudden, it got edited to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It got edited, and which is fine because I see what everybody watches, and my family was like, it was funny, we loved it. I see what they're watching, I see what they see, but I didn't write it like that,
Oh, how funny. Okay,
and
so it altered your joke, kind of?
Yeah, and it was driving me crazy when I first saw it. Which when I first saw it, I was getting ready to see by 10 minutes. And then I was getting ready to say, hey, I tried that for the first time. I tried that for the first time. And then I was like this the whole 4 minutes and 20, I was like, hey, I didn't do that.
Oh,
I didn't do like that. I didn't do. But then people around me were laughing, but I can understand why they were because at least they edited it fine. They edited it fine.
Okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But the feeling you get and the reminder you get is what you write isn't the final cut. What you write is what you write. That's it.
Yeah,
Let's just label it like that. But the final cut could be different.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that was my third year comedy.
Wow.
I got
that's pretty good for a third year.
I got third year comedy, the opportunity to get on TV, and that was 3.5 years ago. God, get on TV again. This is TV right here.
Yes, it is.
Black Hollywood Live.
You started
Coming at you.
So I asked my guests the same 2 questions, and I never prepared them for it. It's always on camera, these 2 questions.
I love it.
Okay. I believe that language, and obviously you do too, with comedy, really does shape us in what we think, how we feel, how we act, how we're perceived. And language and words is very important.
Yes.
And to me, they are very important. So my first question to you is, Rick, in the English language, or the Spanish one. You can either one. What word do you think we should take out of vocabularies?
What is? Oh, I like Jeopardy.
I'll take this for 500.
Okay, one more time.
What word would you like to take out of the English language?
What word would I like to take out of the English language?
We should take out of it.
One word?
One word.
One word.
Mm-hmm. Make you work for it. You came on TV, make you work. Everybody work for it.
Yeah, one word. Take out of the English language.
Yes.
Hate.
Okay, very good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's I just hate. I hate that word. Okay, and
I'll give an ex-girlfriend a credit on that one.
okay. Oh, she taught you that.
Yeah.
And what word do you think we should say more in English or bring back into our English language?
What words? Love's too easy, so I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go that route.
Yeah.
We should say more. Maybe I should think about this one a little bit more.
Because one person said love once.
Love, yeah. Love's too easy, though.
That's too easy. They said
that's too easy.
There are a lot of words out there we may not even say enough of, or we don't say at all.
Yeah.
Or people should say more of.
Inspire.
Ooh, that's a good one. I've never said that before.
Yeah, inspire.
What does that mean to you?
To inspire, it means to let somebody know they're, you know what? Actually, no, it's not to let somebody know. It's actually whatever energy that I put to myself and my projects. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be great for me, for my family. But I think the more I put into it, you should never like be satisfied. You should always keep working hard and putting more into it. That you're gonna have stuff overflow and flow out, good energy flow out, and that's inspiration.
Well, you are my motto here, of course, is pay it forward, share knowledge, and lift each other up. That's totally what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, and I saw, and I'm not acting towards these three things.
No, I know you're not. But
as a matter of fact, I think the same way. So when I saw that, I like to share a lot of knowledge. Somebody told me this, and a comedian that didn't want to hear about their set told me this. You know what, Rick? You're too much of a teacher. You need to turn off your teacher motors. All I said was, hey, in that joke, what if you did? I had an idea.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends that we share ideas with.
Same here. Yeah.
But there were some comedians that don't like it. They don't want to hear anything from anybody else. And there's very rare. It's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of them. But I've been told that I'm too much of a teacher type of guy.
Well, you're not too much of a teacher. You're a teacher, which is we need more of the teacher of life.
Share knowledge.
Share knowledge.
And this is what I tell every young comedian. I say, look, all I'm doing is pointing at the pitfalls ahead. That's all I'm doing. I'm pointing at the pitfalls ahead so you don't fall in them. That's
I like
it.
that.
If you don't like that, then fall.
Right.
Then go ahead and fall. If you can't shut up and listen. And you know what? Willie Barcena was like that with me because when I was new on the scene, he was like, shut up and listen. You don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. And I would just be quiet, listen, and hit the road with him. A lot of time in the car. A lot of time in the car. Yeah. And a lot of incredible knowledge. He was on the Tonight Show 12 times.
Wow!
So that he's still doing it.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah. He actually a lot of guys that are very successful. I won't name any names, but are very successful. Worked under him. They learned under him. He helped a lot of guys.
See?
And you know how I know that is I would show up to clubs and bookers would tell me, this guy, and he's like over there with a drink.
Yeah.
This guy right here, he helped all those guys, and he started naming them off.
Yeah.
He helped them all.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, man, can I go to my hotel room now? This is getting a little like Goodfellas.
Yeah, exactly. My mother used to always say, a hard head makes a soft behind, and some people just are hard headed, and they have to learn a certain way. Right, they just have to learn. So you can try and tell them, but they're just like, no, I learn my own way. So I like that you say that. So as we end, I just wanted to say, and I know you have to come back. You have to come back.
I'll bring an entourage.
Bring a whole audience.
Yeah,
with you. We can all laugh together. No, I want you to tell people what's the upcoming gigs you have coming up.
Oh yes, I'm tomorrow night at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, March 11th. At the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club at 10. I have some tickets.
Ooh, okay.
And if you want tickets, all you got to do is email ticketsforrick@gmail.com. Ticketsforrick, and that's the number 4. Ticketsforrick at gmail.com. And then I'm going to be at the Ice House Thursday, March 17th, and Thursday, March 24th. The 24th, I'm headlining in the small room next door, stage 2.
Okay.
And the 17th, I'm in the big room, the main room. It's fun. Got a spot in there. That's a fun room if you want to come and see the 17th.
Ice House is good.
And I got a really big show out in Ontario. If you got any Ontario people out there,
Ontario, Reno Valley.
I have that on April 6th. Wednesday, April 6th, and you could get free tickets at ticketsforrick@gmail.com for that one. Anybody who mentions Black Hollywood Live, I got your tickets free.
And I will post that on the Breaking Into page. I will post that.
But you got to mention Black Hollywood Live. I saw you in Black Hollywood Live. James is my organizer. All that stuff. You got to mention all that stuff, and then I will, give you some tickets.
Well, I'm going to post that on my page, so you guys will see that. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. You have a great thing going on here. Give it up for James.
Okay, thank you.
He's got a great thing. I love all this setup. You bought so many TVs.
And we got him at a discounted price. It was like a bulk pricing. Went to Costco.
This is like the marijuana growing light.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, just don't tell anybody out there. It's my side business. My business.
Congratulations. This is a cool setup. Keep watching this show.
Thank you. And where can they find you? Tell them where they can find you on social media.
Rickiz.com. Very simple. Yeah. Everything's on there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at RICKIZ.com.
Very good. And of course, you can find me at Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. everywhere else. The Breaking Into page is on Facebook. You can go ahead and like it. Follow us on iTunes and YouTube under Black Hollywood Live, and you can find the Breaking Into show is on there. Once again, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.